Darren, how's it been so far today? You were saying the other day that hopefully the winter weather would go away. If anything, it's got a bit worse. Has it been manageable?
Yeah, it has. We didn't train till this afternoon, so we managed to clear all the snow off the covers that was covering the pitch. Managed to get on the pitch, no problem. Work on what we need to for the game tomorrow. Did a little bit extra with the ones that weren't involved on Saturday. So a normal day, really, just apart from we had to change the times just to get the snow off the covers, really. Very, very light. The lads have just, ones that were involved on Saturday, a very, very light session.
Yeah, it's all coming at such a rate. And once again, having to strike that balance with picking the side between having had a really good performance at the weekend, loads that you like, but also being aware of the fitness and the fatigue.
Yeah, but they seem okay. The stats were excellent on Saturday. So, and again, I keep pointing to the fact that we can use 5 subs, so that's always going to be important. So, you know, the squad's looking good. Touch wood. Frankie Kent's fine. His scan was clear, so it was just a bit of fatigue. So no, I think I have to analyse Saturday's performance, the opposition for tomorrow, and then obviously pick a team in accordance with that.
Generally, it's been a big boost since your enforced winter break that you've done well with the injuries. It makes such a difference, doesn't it, when you're talking about the games coming at such a rate if you've got pretty much everyone available?
Oh, it's a huge advantage. Touch wood that we keep it that way. We have to keep our key players fit if we can, and give me the flexibility to do what I want in terms of changing things and freshening things up. I need to keep the players fit. So in between games, recovery sessions are very important, as important as anything really. The way the players train that are not involved on the match days is really important as well, to keep them right and to keep them ready. But I think we've seen evidence of players that have come in and done well. And again, on Saturday, my subs came on and did well.
Are you expecting the pitch to be in much the same condition as it was on Saturday for tomorrow's game?
Yeah, they've managed to just get the tent on it now. They obviously did a bit of work. They've done some work between the game finishing on Saturday and today, but we need to get it back on because the forecast was snow. So they're doing what they can on it. It's not going to be any different to what you've seen on Saturday. We need to get through this game, and then we've got a bit of a gap, 11 days between this and the next home game. And then a gap of 7 days between that home game and the following one. And by that time, I think hopefully a bit of better weather if we can. We get a bit of growth into it.
It's fair to say overall, though, it clearly doesn't look great, but by and large, it plays okay. And probably the biggest bonus is that it holds up well. The end of the match, the start of the match, it seems to play in more or less the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't really. I mean, obviously, if there was a downpour of rain, that would have an effect on it during the game. But no, I think you're right. It just plays the way it is, and it doesn't really deteriorate too much within the 90 minutes. It is still manageable in terms of playing through it, because there's, like the Tranmere game was bobbly and lively, whereas this one is quite firm when you go on it, so you can play on it. Obviously, there's areas that are worse than others, particularly the far side. That's always been an issue because of the lack of sunlight we get because of that stand. So that's not going to go away. So we're doing what we can. Everyone's doing what they can. It's not ideal. It's not ideal because the worry is the physical elements will lead to injury. That's my issue with it, really. But touch wood, we seem to be okay at the moment.
Yeah, big win for Ipswich at the weekend, a win they really needed, which presumably will give them a good boost coming into this one.
Yeah, and the last 3 games, the last few games they've played since they played us, lost narrowly to Sunderland, but got man sent off after 10 minutes, so did well to make it just 1-0. Played against Crewe, watched that game, played very well. They played very well against Crewe, and again on Saturday. They've brought in a couple of fresh faces, younger legs and energy. They're getting injuries back. They've had a catalogue of injuries throughout the season. They've got a very strong squad. I fully expect them to be right up there. So we know it's going to be a very tough game. And the result on Saturday obviously will fill them with confidence.
Do you think it will be a very different game to the one from Portman Road from a couple of weeks back? Clearly, that one ended up being a real battle and tight all the way through.
I think it might. Yeah, I think it might be a little bit more open. That was a tight affair. I think the pitch may lead to games being open. I felt on Saturday the game was quite open. And when we took the lead, really, we really could, when you watch it back, we could have gone on and scored 5 or 6 against them. But nothing really changes in the way we look into the game and how we prepare for the game. And whatever way the game goes, whether it's tight and there's not much happening or whether it is open, we have to cope with whatever is thrown at us. And in an ideal world, I don't want a big open game. I think I want the distances to be small when we've got the ball and without. But yeah, we're going into it in confidence. It's another home game. We're very good at home, and we have to continue doing that.
Yeah, of course, it's not quite so relevant heading into this one when it is a home game. But do you think you can crack that away form? Is it just the case of transferring what you're doing at home into away matches? Is it as simple as that?
I don't know. I mean, look, all I'm focusing on is in the next home game. The next game is at home, so that's all I'm focusing on. You're asking me about the away form. I've had a really good look and analysed the away performances because clearly they've not been anywhere near as good as home games, and not just results, but overall creating chances has been a real thing that I've noticed. We haven't done well enough away from home, so we have to get through this one, and then I'll start preparing for the next away game.
Yeah, and the big positive from looking at the statistics, it does show that the defending and the defensive unit, as we've mentioned before, has been strong all the way through, whether you're home, whether you're away. Christy Pym's been a big part of that. And actually, to be fair, even though we've spoken quite a lot about the Kent Thompson Beavers combination, you've had the others coming in as well, and it's a part of the side that's been really smooth.
Yeah, look, I think the goalkeeper and the defenders, yeah, of course, they take credit, but I think as a team we have to take credit. I think we do a lot of work on both defensive and attacking work. The key element to the defensive side of things is the distances in the team. The strikers help out when the opposition have got the ball and they have to go in certain positions. That then flows down to the midfield and then obviously to the defenders. So I think as a team, we have to take credit for the fact that defensively we were looking good